All right, so I waited about a week to talk about the season finale of Peacemaker season 2. It's been a journey with this show because at first I thought it was stupid having a Peacemaker show, especially to a character we saw die in the Suicide Squad. I was proven wrong, and it became one of my favorite shows of 2021. And it showed me John Cena can carry a show. I was excited for season 2 of Peacemaker, especially since it's a part of James Gunn's DCU. After Creature Commandos, which is the R-rated animated series James Gunn made last year, and Superman, I was very excited for what's to come for this second season of Peacemaker. The last 7 episodes were really good, showing the development of Chris instead of Peacemaker, the growth of the supporting characters like Amelia, Earth X, Eagly, and even cameos, in my opinion, that pushed the story of not just Peacemaker, but the DCU moving forward. I was very excited to see the Peacemaker season finale with how excited James Gunn was talking about it, the episode being almost an hour long, and the possibility of this show wrapping up. Unfortunately, this last episode of Peacemaker season 2 was underwhelming. Now, before people get mad, there are plenty of elements I really like about this last episode of Peacemaker. The strongest part about this season of Peacemaker was Chris's progression as a character. Since the Suicide Squad, we see Chris as this cold-blooded character for peace, to a man that has so much trauma in his life and just wants to change for the better. We see him wanting to join the Justice Gang even though it didn't work out for him. Joining this other parallel universe to be with his family, to become a hero, to finally accepting his flaws and just being with his friends who he considers family. For example, the intervention scene with Chris trying to forgive himself and his friends trying to talk him out of it was well done. Also, I really like the setup for Checkmate and Salvation, which Gunn has said will be an important story in the DCU as a whole. To be honest, I didn't know much about Salvation Run, but after doing research, I'm excited for what Gunn will come up with, especially when it comes to the Superman sequel, Man Tomorrow. Also, Argus going to different universes was cool. What bothered me about this last episode of Peacemaker was that it felt like a different season of Peacemaker compared to the rest of the season. This season was basically the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. The first 4 stages of grief, Gunn hits on taking his time to show why Peacemaker is in denial when he's trying to mask his problems, trying to join the Justice Gang. The anger is Chris feeling like everybody is just angry with him. Bargaining is being able to go to the multiverse with his family that he killed in his own universe. And the depression, feeling like no one loves him, including Amelia, who he wants to be with. So all of that is there, but the acceptance is what I feel like is very flawed this season. We can start that Chris was comfortable being in another universe where the Yahtzee won World War II, and we don't go further with it. The fact that Chris not only saw his dad die again by the hands of one of his friends, Vigilante, but to him, his dad was not racist. Don't get me wrong, Chris' dad is still a terrible father and a morally coward, but he wasn't a racist, and we just gonna not go farther with that either. Now, I know this season of Peacemaker wasn't about the multiverse Earth X, and it's about the growth of Chris as a human being. And I would have accepted all of that if we didn't waste at least 20 minutes of the episode on the montages and concerts. I don't have a problem with having a concert like the opening scene being this situation Chris was talking about throughout the season at the boat and being with Amelia. That's fine. But why do we need 3 or 4 of them montages and concerts? Nelson, Oh Lord, Shazam, Foxy. It was annoying because I want to see more of Chris in this episode and seeing his reaction to everything that has been going on. It felt like the supporting characters had more screen time in episode 8 more than Chris. It shouldn't be that way in my opinion. The show is called Peacemaker. Make it about Peacemaker. Don't even get me started on how sudden Rick Flagg's character changed, how quickly Judo Master and Tim Meadows' character joined Checkmate, and how tired I was with Tim Meadows' character as a whole. Look, it's very hard to make a good movie, and let alone a show. It's okay that James Gunn kind of had a misfire here. If you're one of the people that enjoyed this last episode of Peacemaker Season 2, I'm happy for you, and that makes me envious that I wasn't satisfied. But we have 3 solid movies / shows in the DCU so far. The DCU still going to move forward, and it's a perfect time that these next 3 projects do not involve James Gunn writing and directing it, which is Lantern, Supergirl, and Clayface. I'm very excited for those projects next year. When it comes to Peacemaker and the fact that we're probably not going to get another season of Peacemaker and that this is how the whole series is concluded is disappointing. Love going along this journey with Peacemaker, and whatever project we see John Cena as this character again, I'll still be very excited to see him.